somehow imbued, exhibited, seemed to offer hope of change, unlike the current two miniatures that are standing in the current general election. I have many differences with Jeremy Corbyn, although he's been my friend for more than 40 years, and we sit next to each other in the House of Commons, and have done for nearly 40 years. But I have many political differences with him. And how much change he was going to introduce is, I think, a debatable point. But the young people, from Glastonbury to your son, to young people all over the country, rallied to Corbyn because he seemed to promise hope. And that's what we have to recapture amongst our people. If they think that politics is about Tweedledum or Tweedledee, this cheek or that cheek, make no difference. They're all the same. Why would a young person get involved in politics? That's why we've got to offer change, hope of change. Now, Halima would be in a very useful situation because you're in London. I can tell you, I've been in Parliament over 37 years, off and on, over 37 years. I have never seen a group of school kids from the London Borough of Newham in the building of the House of Commons. Halima will have them in there every week. Never mind putting politics on the education syllabus. She'll bring the schools into Parliament. She'll point out the monsters, the criminals. I always invite people to Parliament and say, welcome to the scene of many crimes. Especially people like you and many in this room. I say, see that gold there, you paid for it. If I get Bengalis, I say, when Britain arrived in Bengal, it was the richest place in the whole world. And when we left Bengal, it was the poorest place in the whole world. You don't need to be Einstein to work out what happened in between. And that's the kind of education for our young people that we need. And Halima, because she'd be a London MP, would be in a really good position to make sure that there was not one class in the whole borough that had not been visiting Parliament, and not only once, so that they could learn what happened. Politics is not rocket science. You vote and you get the MP you deserve. Sorry to put it that way. You've been represented by donkeys all of these years, and that's your fault. If you put a donkey into Parliament, what do you expect them to do? Except put their nose in the back and eat their way through a 5-year term. That's what they do. And those who elect them are to blame. And so that's the cycle that we need to break. Don't vote for donkeys. Vote for thoroughbreds that can run the race, that can look magnificent on the journey, and that can make you proud that you voted for them. Who here is proud of the local MPs here? Even their own families can't be proud of them. Nobody here can say, at least not since maybe Peter Shore and the days of Ian McCardo and so on, talking way, way back. You need to be as old as me to remember them. But in the last 50 years, there was nothing to be proud of in the political representation that you have elected. And that's what you need to break. Because trust me, if you vote the same old back in again, you will have a long time to regret it. I hope you'll have a long time to regret it, because there's just the possibility that these people will take us over the brink into the World War III that I talked about earlier.